Hi, welcome. Today I have a special guest again here, Joel Fuentes. He is a medical provider, and we're going to talk about the importance of our immunological system or immune health. So welcome, Joel. Thanks again for coming on to my channel and sharing your wealth of information.
It's a pleasure. First of all, thank you, Sochi, for having me again here on your program. I think it's very important that the audience learns that our immune health is very important. By the way, my name is Joel Fuentes. I've been practicing family medicine for more than 15 years. And let's get to the topic at hand.
So to the nitty gritty of what we're here to learn today is, what is our immune health or immune system? Yes.
So our immune system is a network of biological processes that helps protect organisms against pathogens, whether it be virus, bacterial, fungal, and even against cancer.
Wow.
So that's why it's important to have good immune health, and we're going to talk about how we're going to get good immune health.
And our immune system functions all day, every day. It never stops, of course, unless we're completely compromised or just unhealthy.
Yeah.
But the goal of our immune system is to work for us every day, right? Okay, so very, very important as to why this topic is so important, because it's constantly working for us, not against us. We don't want it to work against us. So how can we strengthen our immune system?
So it comes down to two main points: metabolic health, and having good metabolic health, and nutrient status. They go hand in hand. The reason why is metabolic health will cause us to lose some of the most important nutrients that we need for our immune system. Let me just quickly mention about metabolic health. Metabolic syndrome specifically. It comprises of 5 factors. You have to have 3 of the 5 to have metabolic syndrome or metabolic dysfunction. One is obesity, the other is high blood pressure, the other is high blood sugar, low HDL, and high, which is your good cholesterol, and high triglycerides.
Okay.
When a person has 3 out of those 5, they're considered metabolically dysfunctional, and that causes a plethora of problems in the body. What happens is sugars is what basically causes this metabolic syndrome, and sugar is a problem. Sugar will actually blunt the effects of your immune cells to do their job properly.
Okay.
And that effect can last for hours. And the other one is omega-6 oils or seed oils, which are inflammatory. They oxidize real quick, and they also cause inflammation, which is not one thing you don't want to have chronically, because even though inflammation is good acutely, it's not good to be constantly inflamed.
So it seems that everything you've just mentioned is within our control.
Absolutely,
right?
Yes.
So it's not something that we have to go in and ask someone for and buy. Yeah, it's something that we can control slowly but surely, because for some people it's probably easier to make lifestyle changes than others. But nonetheless, know that everything who I just mentioned is within our means, within our control. So, our food,
Yes.
our exercise,
Correct.
what other things can benefit us, or can we do to help strengthen?
Absolutely, but we can't stress this point enough. Our immune health is under our control, and we need to take control of our immune health to be able to fight off, potential pathogens, especially now during this COVID times. The other thing, besides our food, exercise is important. Getting good sleep, getting at least 6 hours of sleep. Sleep's important because it kind of reboots, re-energizes your immune system. Decreasing stress, and that also goes hand in hand with exercise and sleep. Decreasing the stress, because that's also causing your body to be immunocompromised, for immune immune health to not be as optimal as it could be.
And how important is our microbiome? You know.
Very important. That's where our immune health starts, right there in our gut. Our microbiota, our microbiome is crucial to be able to, to keep us in good immune status.
And to your point that our immune system is really in our gut. Our immune system really developed in utero. So, it's very important for those who are family planning that you prepare a year or two in advance, because not only should you be mentally and emotionally prepared to bring a child into this world, but physically you need to be very, very well nurtured in order to give your fetus, your child, your unborn child, the necessary nutrients to build, his or her immune system, but to give
the right
environment, but the greater chance of survival and, thriving opportunities once we're in the real world, right?
Correct. Yes. Good. Well stated.
It's a little lengthy, but it's so necessary to point out, because it's not something that, once we're born, that's when our immune system starts. No, it actually started in utero.
Correct.
Right? So, very well. So, how would we know if our immune system is down or not strong enough?
Most likely we'll be getting sick frequently.
So more frequent illnesses.
More frequent illnesses. On that note, and this is why this is important about metabolic health, is, and I'm going off on a tangent, but I think it's very important. With metabolic dysfunction, some studies have shown now that you're 3.5 times more likely to die of COVID, and 4.5 times more likely to end up in the ICU. So that's why it's important that we fix that metabolic dysfunction. But yeah, when your immune system's not working, you're frequently sick, and just not ready to fight.
It's a shame that we haven't really been hearing more about how to, I don't want to say naturally, but how to, how we can take control or better control over our health during this entire year and a half of chaos, where we've been in full control over what happens, to minimize, even if we were to get exposed, because we're exposed to things every day, all the time. Our body, again, as you mentioned, our immune system helps us and protects us every day. So we're constantly fighting bacteria, viruses, all kinds of things, right? All kinds of bugs, all kinds of germs. And so to know that for a year and a half, we haven't been given, real clear indication, there are things that you could do at home to help yourself, help your families. And it doesn't take much. It doesn't take for us to go and buy things in order to protect our health ourselves.
Correct. It's rather, how do I say it, disappointing that this hasn't, they haven't been
forthcoming.
Yeah, forthcoming with the way you can control your immune health. And it's unfortunate because we kind of forgot that we had an immune system. We kind of let that, we kind of forgot that we did, and we do have an immune system. We can strengthen it so we can fight these pathogens.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, because it's, sometimes when we put out information or we share information, it's met with a little with caution maybe, right? But the reality of it is that, we came to this, to this world with our immune system. So why not, help it and maintain, maintain our well-being. And as you said, there's so many things that we probably do on a daily basis that, ends up affecting us.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
And not in a good way, yeah. So I guess to that point, and I think you probably already said this, so what else can we do? I mean, you've made good points already as to, you know, food and exercise and sleeping. It's just so important. The most basic things, you know, are sometimes missed because we're so used to thinking like, oh, we need this prescription for that or a Band-Aid for this, that we think that for immune system we would need something so grand, and it's something as basic as
food and nutrients.
Food, nutrition, good sleep, you know, going outside, getting some sun, you know, which you know, we've talked in other videos about the importance of vitamin D. So I mean, it's things that are it's common sense, you know, and basic.
Correct.
So what else would you tell our viewers about our immune system?
Basically, we have one, and we can strengthen it, and it's under our control. That way, for this virus or any other virus in the future, we'll be more likely to have a good outcome because of it. And again, the 2 points is the metabolic health and the nutrient status. Those are mainly the 2 key points I want the audience to
So is there specifics to the nutrient status? I mean, we know we want to eat or stick to whole foods, right?
Whole foods, yes.
But are there things that we need to avoid, you know?
Well, basically processed foods. We gotta avoid processed food. They have no really lacking nutrients, and they're full of additives.
Yeah, no nutritional value. There's no nutritional value.
No, and the problem with the additives is they actually affect your microbiome in a bad way, in a negative ways. And where do we talk about our immune health starting?
That's where it comes from. Yeah.
Correct. So, and again, processed food full of sugars, which are inflammatory and bad, oxidizing, full of omega-6 oils, these seed oils that are very bad for our health. So,
but omega-3 is good, right?
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we don't want to, you know, sometimes we hear so much. There's so much out there all the time, and so sometimes we hear about, oh, I thought omega-6 was good, or omega-3. So sometimes people may get those two confused, but omega-3s are good.
It's the ratio that we want to have. The omega-6 to omega-3 ratio should be 4-to-1, and we're somewhere upwards of 16-to-1 with the standard American diet. So again, yes, omega-6 are necessary in the body, but not in excess because they're inflammatory. And you know, inflammation helps in the short term. We can't be chronically inflamed.
In constant inflammatory state. Okay, very good. So, will you have additional information in regards to our immune system and probably a little bit more of these topics that we just talked about on your channel?
Just go to my channel, my YouTube channel, and I will give you more information about the importance of metabolic health, importance of nutrition, and lifestyle changes. So you'll be hearing more information when you go there.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing this information and giving up some of your precious time. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure so do the viewers. I will link his channel down below, so please like and subscribe. I will see you here next time. Bye.
Bye.